Hello, and welcome to Introducing IBM Cognos Insight. My name is Curtis Looney. I'm an account executive with Lodestar Solutions. Thank you for joining us today. Take you through the agenda for today's webinar. First, we'll start talking a little bit about Lodestar Solutions and why we're doing this webinar. Next, we'll move into the evolution of analytics, what led IBM to develop this product, Cognos Insight. Then I'll introduce you into Cognos Insight, show you there's some new things that if you've been to this webinar before, there's some new things that came out in version 10.2. Lots of new features and functionality, and I'll take you through and show you how it works. Some comments by some people that beta tested the software. Go a little bit into pricing, not too much, just a little bit into pricing, and then we'll get into demonstration as to how the software works, show you kind of the soup to nuts, exactly how it works, and then at the end we'll have some time for questions. So thank you. Please hold your questions to the end. You can submit your questions on the side, and then we can answer them at the end. Thank you. So about Lodestar Solutions. Lodestar Solutions is an IBM premier reselling partner. We typically can sell IBM software for a lower price than if you went directly with IBM. We're not in competition with IBM. It really is a true partnership. Typically, you work with your Lodestar sales representative alongside your IBM sales rep. We can also provide you with discounts on your support renewal bills. We take the time to review your support bill with you to be sure that you're aware of any current entitlements that you can have, or verify that that's not the way I want to talk. So, hi, and welcome to Introducing IBM Cognos Insight. My name is Curtis Looney. I'm an account executive with Lodestar Solutions. I'll take you through the agenda, and then we'll get started. Thank you for joining us today. The agenda today, we're talking a little bit about Lodestar Solutions, why it is that we're doing this webinar. Then we'll get into the evolution of analytics, what led IBM to develop this product. It's a brand new product as of last year. I'll introduce you into Cognos Insight, high level, how it works. Then we'll start talking about what's new in version 10.2. So they put this on a quarterly cycle, so they're releasing updates every quarter. I want to be sure that it's it's up to date, and they're really taking the feedback from the end users and applying that feedback to alter the product to really make sure it fits end users' needs. Get a little bit into the beta testing, some comments by some large customers that beta tested the product before they released it. Go into some pricing, and then I'll show you a demonstration. I think you'll really like the demonstration. It's really shows exactly how easy it is to use the software. And then at the end, we'll have some time for questions. During the webinar, you'll be on mute, so you'll be able to submit questions on the side. And then at the end of the presentation, I will have some time to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you. So about Lodestar Solutions. Lodestar Solutions is an IBM premier reselling partner. We typically can sell IBM software for a lower price than if you went directly with IBM. We're not really in competition with IBM. It really is a true partnership. Typically, you'll work alongside your Lodestar sales rep with an IBM rep together. So we work together as a team. We can also provide discounts on support renewal bills. We take the time to review your support bill with you to be sure that you're aware of any of your current entitlements and to verify that your bill is correct. We've worked with customers in the past where they've gotten a support renewal bill, and I don't think it's done on purpose, but it was grossly inaccurate. So we took the time and we reviewed the bill they got, and then we worked with IBM and the customer to be sure that they really received the right pricing. In one case, we were able to save over $100,000 for a customer. So it's really worth the time to allow us to review that bill with you to be sure that it's correct, there's no errors, you're not getting charged a higher rate than you really should be. We don't only sell software and do support renewals, we're also a service provider. All of our consultants have real-world experience. With Lodestar, you can be sure that you're not getting someone who's on their first assignment. You're really going to get a top-notch consultant who has been through the industry. They understand what you're going through on a monthly and weekly basis, and they know how to integrate the software. At Lodestar, our philosophy is to have our customers really work with us side by side. So as we're doing an implementation, you know it's not going to take 8 or 12 months. Typically, depending on the size of the product, we're going to take the time to be sure that you're working alongside us so that as we're implementing, you're understanding how it works. And maybe we'll build the first 1 or 2 models, but after that you should be self-sufficient where you can handle it. Of course, we're always there to help you if you have any questions, but we really want to make sure that you're self-sufficient and that you can build your models out yourself. We provide customized on-site training. The training material is geared towards your models and it's not based upon the sample data that comes with the software. So when we come in and we provide you with training, we're going to take your models, we're going to work with you to be sure that you understand exactly everything that went into building the model, and you know exactly how to administer it and also how to use it. So your end users know how to use it and you know how to administer it. We also really believe in having our consultants be cross-trained. So what is that? That means that when you're building a Team 1 model, you really want to have an understanding of how BI works so that you're building your model such a way that works well with the BI environment. So sometimes you'll build a cube in a different way just because you know it needs to be consumed by a business intelligence tool. We also believe in educating our customers. So we host user groups in Chicago, Atlanta, Michigan, and Florida. And if you're not in those areas, we also have virtual user groups. And really the benefit I see to the user group is it allows you to really maximize your return on investment. So if you built out a budgeting and forecasting model and you go to one of our user groups, you might see someone there that has built out a human resource model. So you can understand, talk to them, see what they did, the steps they went through. And since you already understand how the software works, you're going to maximize your investment in the software because now you're not only going to have a budgeting and forecasting model, you're also going to have a human resources model or IT planning model. You're going to leverage your investment in software in such a way that you're getting the most out of it, the most out of your investment. We host educational webinars, so similar to one you're at today. We typically have at least one webinar, it seems every other week, and we love doing it because it gives us an opportunity to interact with our customers and to meet new people as well. So this allows you to stay abreast with all the new software and all the new technology that's coming around. IBM is constantly purchasing new software brands, so because we only do IBM, we really take pride in the fact that we really make sure that we understand the reason for the purchase of the software, how it integrates with the current IBM Cognos brand, and we try and then build out a webinar that allows you to understand exactly how you can leverage it. Because a lot of times it's free. So similar to this Cognos Insight, it's free if you have a certain level of license, but for the most part it's free, and it's a benefit that you may not know about. So we really want to make sure that you understand it. We're also a certified woman-owned business. So if you have any quotas that you need to hit, or if your purchasing department has a diversity program in play, we were able to fit that billing because we are a certified woman-owned business. So enough about us. Let's get into Cognos Insight and some of the licensing with it. Users who obtain Cognos Insight via BI or Team 1 license roles are also entitled to share Cognos Insight via the Cognos servers. So there are two ways that Cognos Insight users can distribute their content through Cognos servers. First, they can use what we call a share functionality to share their content. This results in the Insight content, which is a .cdd file. So similar to Microsoft Excel where you have an XLS, it's a .cdd file. It gets placed into the Cognos connection where other Insight users can access it. So it's really easy to use. It's interacting with the Cognos connection portal. So you make a model, you publish it you share it with the Cognos or the Cognos connection portal, and it's there for other people to use. In order to do this action requires a user to be licensed to at least the Advanced Business Author level in Cognos BI or the contributor level in Team 1. Additionally, Insight can publish, we call publish, to the Team 1 Analytics server. When this action is performed, the Team 1 cube is published to the server from which point it may be accessed as any other Team 1 data source. Since publishing a cube to a server is really a Team 1 administration function, only licensed Team 1 modelers can perform this activity. So again, lots of functionality across the board here. If you're a BI user, you can publish it up and you can kind of share it. So you can share it with the other people, in your company. It's again just like an Excel file, the .cdd file. You can share it with other people. If you're a Team 1 modeler, you have the ability to then build out reports based on that data. So you could use it as just another Team 1 data source for your BI report. So it gives you a lot of flexibility in there. So the evolution of analytics for business users. You can build out here. So first you started off with great data interactivity. These are your typical Microsoft Excel files, but limited visualization capabilities. So you could do, everyone loves Excel and it's a great product, but they ran into problems when they tried to really use it as a way to display information, really gain additional insights. You're constantly sorting through all your Excel files. It's a great tool, but sometimes we can rely too heavily on it, and it's not easy to find the answers to your problem. So next we evolved. So as we were evolving, kind of just data discovery 1.0, where they went too far in the other directions, and you've got great visualizations, but really limited data interactivity, or it's a predefined analysis. So you're not getting the power of the Excel. You're getting a lot of the visualization because they kind of just went too far with it, but you lost all the capabilities that you had with the spreadsheets. So what we're introducing now is kind of data discovery 2.0, where you've got your spreadsheets along with your data discovery tools. You got complete data interactivity, comprehensive analysis, great visualizations, and really the ability to take action. So as we flow through this, Cognos Insight. So Cognos Insight is the only desktop product that really empowers decision makers to independently take insight to action. What do we mean by that? It's really a hybrid of a dashboard along with a Team 1 cube. So you're going to get the capability to do what-if analysis. You've got write-back capability, but you also get beautiful visualizations. You've got charting capabilities, the ability to interact directly with a chart, so adjust numbers via a chart versus having to use a cross tab. And I'll show you that throughout the demonstration. So the new challenges with business analytics, really everyone's dealing with these problems now, and just who's going to be the businesses that really thrive and survive are the ones that have a good way of handling these issues. So we're all dealing with lack of insight, inefficient access to your data. It's a variety of multiple silos. So you get a variety of data coming in, a lack of ability to predict. You've got a lot more data now because the storage is cheap. So we're saving everything now. So we've got so much data now. We've got a lot of it coming in a lot faster, a lot more velocity. And the traditional approach to dealing with all these things was really to rely on our own ability to sense and respond, or to really rely on our instinct or intuition. Bob over in accounting knows exactly how to budget out this month because he's been doing it for 10 years. He knows how things are trending. But there's a big risk to the company when you do things like that, because what if he leaves the company? You don't know exactly what information he was taking in to come up with the budget or the forecast, and you're really relying too much on one person to really get to the end to your budget or your forecast. We also relied a lot on skilled analytic experts, people who are in the back office running some type of automated process. What we're introducing is to take a new approach, to really have the capability to predict and to act upon your data, to deal with data in a real-time, fact-driven format in which everyone can be involved. They're at the point of impact. It's really optimized for your situation. So you're able to unlock the data that's hidden, the information that's the insights that are hidden inside your data. So this gives you a lot more flexibility. This is what we're talking about. It's moving you more into relying upon your data. You've got the information there. You just have to unlock it to really make the right decision. And that's kind of where Cognos Insight fits in. Cognos Insight really empowers business users to interact and explore data. You have the capability to build scenario models and share insights without having to rely on IT. So this is really geared toward finance users. Cognos Insight enables IT to deliver personal analytics agility business users really need and they want as part of the Cognos 10 family. So you're already invested in the Cognos 10 brand. So this is just extending that capability without having to really rely on IT to build you out new reports or new dashboards or a new Team 1 cube. So you can really rely on your own desktop experience. So I'll take you through each one of these. access, and you'll see this through the demo, but the capability to just really drag and drop your information. So you're imported, you have an Excel sheet, you've got a text file, you're really going to click on it and drag it in, and it's going to create a TM1 model. There really is no complex scripting. It's just a drag and drop. It's really easy to use, and you'll see it. It's really intuitive. Now let's look at Analyze. So you have the ability to create custom applications, dashboards, and what-if scenario models. So what does that mean? It means that you're going to start off with a kind of a blank sheet. You're going to import your data. It's going to build out your model and automatically generate a split view. I apologize. Yes, a split view. So you're going to see a crosstab on the top and a chart at the bottom. So you can interact on either side. If you want to input your data directly into the crosstab, that's fine. It's multi-dimensional, same capabilities of slicing and dicing that you had with TM1. But now you have the capability to also make those adjustments directly on the chart. So that's a new capability that I think it's really going to be easy, and you're going to see that you can analyze your data much faster and much easier using this tool. Visualize. So we mentioned it is a dashboard. You're building a dashboard as well, so you can have it look as pretty as you want it to be. It could be utilitarian, where it's just you really have your crosstab, and all you want to see is a crosstab with an easier way of looking at your data and understanding it. It's really for those users that rely on pivot tables. It's a great way to get you off your pivot tables into a much more user-friendly, easy to access, easy to use format. And it allows you to work as a team. So it extends the Cognos 10 family to give you the capability to really collaborate and plan and take action. So with the benefit of this team aspect of it is you have the capability to now, I had mentioned before, you can share or you can publish. You can be your point of input for TM1. So if you didn't like using TM1 Web or Perspectives, this is another way in which you can enter data into TM1. It's just much more visual, and you'll see it once we get into the demo. It's very visual, very easy to use, creates custom themes, and very flexible. Again, easy to use. A little bit more, I'm not going to read all this stuff to you, but again, you can access your local data by drag and drop. You can unlock the data that's on your databases, connect your existing BI reports, or if you want to bring in predictive data out of SPSS, you can do that as well. Again, granular level, change whatever you want to do, full write-back capability, and you have the ability to really enrich your understanding of your data. So you can create calculations on the fly, do powerful spreading and what-if analysis, very much similar to what you do in TM1, all the same capabilities. It's just now in a desktop format with a dashboard on top of it. Analyze, and this is more probably for the BI users, but the ability to slice and dice through your data. So you can basically, if you think about it as a big pivot table that you can really nest as many dimensions as you'd like. The dimension is just a list of items. So you can have accounts or months or days or weeks or years, and those all would be lists that come together to form a cube. So it's multidimensional, more than 2 dimensions. And you can slice and dice, nest as much as you like, and you'll see this through the demonstration, but lots of flexibility. If you currently have TM1, you know how it works. Ability to create built-in calculations with traffic light signaling, so you can easily compare information, do top 5, top 10, top whatever you'd like it to be, and it'll highlight that information and only show you that information. Search data filtering is very simple, very easy, very intuitive. And they say 60-second dashboard. You could have a dashboard in 15 seconds. I mean, it's that fast. Depending on the size of your data, it's going to churn through, and you'll see it. When I show you the model, I'll have a working model up in less than 10 seconds. It's amazing how fast it is, and the intuitive, the algorithm that's working behind it's really easy to use. The visualizations, again, a lot of these things kind of overlap, but smart filters, really you can choose the filters you want. The linked visualizations so that you can have make adjustments in charts that reflect your crosstab, or if you have multiple charts on one page or one dashboard, you can adjust one number and you can see each chart update in real time. It's a great, easy to use tool. The ability to work as a team. So again, I mentioned that publish it up, share it, and then it will allow you to interact with that data either on your mobile, your iPad, bring it back down to Excel. Lots of flexibility and ease of use. So now that we talked about it, you have a high-level understanding of what Cognos Insight is. Let me just tell you, for those of you who have attended our webinars in the past, the new features really at a high level. So a lot of the new features are just IBM met with their customers and they said, these are the things that we want changed. It's a great product, but there's a few things that we need to be changed, make it a little bit easier, much more user-friendly. And IBM responded. So now you can do percentage of total calculations, so that allows you to really simplify the process of not having to really create a calculation. It's going to automatically do it for you. Do calculations in the parent level, so you're not double counting the information as it rolls up. Time dimension import. Time dimension import is great because if you're importing data and your data, say, has 20 days out of 30 days in a month, it's going to automatically pre-populate the missing days. There'll be no data associated with it, but it'll be pre-populated so you can see a full view of the month. The ability to work in a chart, so you can kind of see in the picture in the upper right here, where there's a little white bar at the top. You can slide that up and down to adjust the number, or you can pop up the window here and you can actually type into that spot right there, and that will directly affect your crosstab. I'll show you that through the demonstration, but it really makes it easier for the end user. Some of the terminology some people thought was a little more complicated, so they made sure they went through and simplified it. Greater access to formatting allows you to change multiple different themes. The guided import. So if you have an Excel cube that's greater than 10 dimensions, so you get more than 10 columns, it's going to go through and it's going to want you to kind of give it some guidance as to how you want your cube to be created. So as you bring that information in, it will guide you. It will ask you what's your measure, or what's really the calculation in the cube, and then it will ask you, are these dimensions, are they time dimensions, are they supposed to roll up to one another, so is there a hierarchy associated with it? So it allows you to much easier upload the information. Again, this is kind of what I mentioned to you before, fiscal year and populate an entire year. You can see here in the right-hand square here, they have March 2nd, and then it goes to March 4th and March 12th. And if you look at the screen below it, it shows March 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. It's fully populated. So just that's taking it to the next level of automatically knowing that there are days that are missing in your data. We're just going to go through and put a blank line in for you, make it a little easier for you on that import. Smart metadata, again, it's kind of the guided import part. So it allows you to create your hierarchies much easier. And I'll take you through the process. I won't talk through most of this stuff. Tree maps. So a lot of people are using tree maps nowadays. So it allows you to, it's another option in your selection for the crosstab view, the split view, which I should mention earlier, where you have a crosstab on top and a chart on the bottom. So it's a different chart that's available to you now. The ability to drill up and drill down on dimensions in the chart. So if you have years, excuse me, if you have years in the tree here, you can drill down on the legend and get down to months or to days. However low your data goes, it allows you to really just drill down on that data and get down to a certain level that you need. So if you have roll-ups in your data, you can drill down to a certain level. Lots of flexibility. You can see how that'd be very helpful for you. Top and bottom filtering. By default, it gives you top 3, 5, and 10, or bottom 3, 5, and 10. But you can create a custom amount. So you could show the top 100, or you want to do the top 10% or 5%. You can do that, or bottom, or just, you don't put a filter on it at all. So it gives you just a lot more flexibility and just making it that much easier for you to use the software. Package import. So now if you have Cognos BI, you can really just take that framework package that you have out there, make a direct connection using Cognos Insight, bring that data directly into your model, and then you're ready to go. And you can work with your data, so now you can do right back with your BI data. That's something new that's really gives you a lot more flexibility than you had before. Just a little bit more about package import. I can show you that through the demonstration. Time roll-ups. So now it gives you a chart, so you can actually just, a calendar, so you can just come in and directly bring it in. It gives you the ability to now do year-to-date, quarter-to-date, prior quarter-to-date. It just gives you a lot more flexibility, and really it's just an attempt to make sure that they've thought of everything as far as things that you may need. Percentage of total calculations. Again, here you can create a percentage total without having to really create the calculation itself. It's an option, so you can show the value as percentage of total, grand total, parent. Just gives you more flexibility. Again, the goal is just to make things easier. Calculations of the parent. So this allows you to go without having to double count your data. Part of the problem that they were having before is you'd have multiple roll-ups, and that multiple roll-up then cause a double calculation at certain levels. Time dimension import. Here you can see how this would be helpful. You're looking at month, day, year in a numeric format. You want to bring it in as Jan 5, 2010. So again, just making it much easier for you. Really just trying to really make life easier for you as far as importing data into the model. It's going to automatically do these things for you. Build out your model so that it's kind of a way of cleaning your data as well. So kind of high level, simplified technology, access to formatting, keyboard shortcuts, lots of new functionality, and they're constantly working on it. So if you have any input as far as different things that you would like to see in new versions of the software, IBM's listening, and they're making the changes as needed. Okay, chart interaction. I've kind of talked about these things. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Really want to get you into the demonstration so you can see it. And here we go. Here's the demonstration. So let me get out of here. So I can bring up a model that I built for one of our customers. First, just to show you how it works. So we're in version 10.2. Here, because I have connections directly to a website, it's asking me, okay, do you want to enable the capability to connect to a website? So it's going to use my computer's built-in browser to do that. But again, here, sorry, to sample what can be done with Cognos Insight. Again, I did this in under a half an hour, and I'm a salesperson, so you know I'm not that smart, right? So basically, you can create these are buttons, so you can click to go to different areas of the company, to Tire Auto Care Center, and these relate directly to the tabs at the bottom. So just like Excel, so this thing really is Excel that gives you a graphical interface, really easy to do, really easy to use. So if I click on Services here, it's going to bring me to a Services tab. I can go into my Retail tabs and take me to Retail. I didn't build all this out. Again, this is only done in half an hour, but again, very visual, very easy to use. And don't worry, this is all sample data, so it's not revealing anyone's data here. Again, it's very easy to use. I went to their website. I took some screenshots, used those for the company logo, for the bar up top, for the tires in the middle. Again, really easy to use, really easy to interact with. I can come in here, make changes to my model. I can go over here. I can adjust my data. I can slide the bar up and down, and that's going to directly impact. You can see here, the number is blue. I adjusted this number to 880. It reflects 880 right here. It also reflects 880 here, and it affected my budgeted tire revenue. So now you can see my budgeted tire revenue is adjusted right here. So again, the flexibility, it's adjusted in multiple places. Really, again, this is just taken from one Excel sheet. I built it out, and then you can choose the theme that you want. You can put a background theme on it, everything you want. It's really flexible. And and really easy to use. So what's going on with this? So I brought in an Excel file, it went through, and it created sample measures, different things that I was trying to capture, and sample dimensions. So different dimensions, it's all about tires and how they service their customers. So I brought this Excel file in, it creates a cross tab, and then from there you can adjust it however you see fit. Yeah, in different areas, it hasn't been built out yet on this model, but you can click on here. It'll take you into a demonstration of how Cognos Enterprise works. And this was a Cognos Express customer. So here it gives you just a direct connection into the IBM website. You can go into Analytics Zone, which is an area that IBM built out directly for Cognos Insight because they really believe it's such a great product. So they built out this site called Analytics Zone. For some reason, my internet won't connect to it, but it won't allow me in there. But let's go ahead and build out a model. Let's see. Nope. Let's go ahead and start from scratch. I'm going to open Cognos Insight. So again, once you start up into Cognos Insight, it creates a kind of a landing page so that you can go into. You can see some how-to videos, take you to that Cognos Insight community, allow you to choose your workplace theme, open some previously open models that I've created, and then you can just drag and drop right here. So let's see if I just go in the Cognos Insight folder. I would like to drag some information. Let's see what this is, demo revised. So here I've got different information, computers, tablets, customer type, revenue, cost information. So again, this is just the Cognos Insight demo revised Excel file. I'm not going to save it. I'm going to take that file and just drag it and drop it right there. 1, 2, 3. It's already built. So again, I told you in under five seconds I'd have a model built. So I've got a model built, cross tab and everything. I can nest my dimensions. You know, I want to put my product type over here. I can look at my product type, direct interaction with my data, move this up and down. It's going to adjust my numbers accordingly. So again, I move my costs for my computer and tablet. That's what this was. Computer and tablet, I adjusted it. Get rid of the count. I don't really want to see the count. So let me delete that out. I want to go in and I want to create, apply a workplace theme. I like this luminescence thing. I think it's pretty neat. It looks a little bit better. You know what? Let's change the style to different style. Let's maybe look at the focus style. So again, it's really your own personal taste, whatever you like to see. You can go in here. You know, I only want to see it as a chart. It's going to resize everything to show me just the chart. Again, I have the same capability. I can interact with my chart directly. It's going to adjust my crosstab as well. Or if I just want to see it as a crosstab. So now you can see I made that adjustment to my revenue on the chart itself. It shows it up here. So let me now go back to the split view, which is the most popular way to look at it. Let me expand my screen here. So now it looks a little bit better. I can see my information. I've got my, if I want to look at it direct, indirect, different ways I want to look at my information, just entertainment. Again, flexibility. This was all built out just by dragging and dropping. I want to adjust it. I put my territory over here. Okay, so I only have North America, so that's kind of a pain. All right, so let's look at it as direct and indirect. Maybe I'll give you a little bit more ability to drill down. So just double clicking, I was able to drill down, see by direct, indirect, and retail. Again, you could do it with any of these functions. So put it here. Let's see, I got 2011. Now I leave this by look at the month. You can then look at April 2011. There's lots of flexibility. It's already pre-built just by dragging and dropping. And let's see what it was doing over here. So it went through. It created all these dimensions and revenue cost as measures. I didn't do anything. All I did was drag and drop this information into the Cognos Insight format. So you can create more tabs if you want to bring in another model, then link that data up. There's just a lot of flexibility that you can use this for. So I mentioned to you about web pages. So you can insert a web page, put in your URL. You can throw in our website. Again, directly brings it into the window. Now I have that in my model. So again, just lots of flexibility in what you can do. I want to remove this from my workspace now. Here now I can move this around. I can bring in another cube if I want to look at my data differently. So now I've got another cube that's over here. Let's see here. Let me right click this. What do I want to do with this? Let's show you some comparisons. So let's highlight these two columns. Right click, calculate. So I'd like to compare revenue versus cost. And whether this makes sense, it is just a demonstration of what you can do with the software. So I can create my revenue versus cost comparison. So it's going to go through and give me traffic light capability directly by just highlighting two different columns. So again, I'm looking at a different view here. This is by months. So you can see the quarters. So I'm see quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. But over here, I'm looking at it by product type. So same information is just sliced in different ways. So it allows you to really customize and get the look and feel that you really need for your model and how you build it out. You can do a quick import, or you can import data or import dimensions. If you want to go out and import data, you can create a connection either through ODBC, a Cognos report data, or through a package data. So if you want to connect to a Team 1 model, bring that information in, or a BI report that you have out there in your Cognos connection, you can bring that in. So again, it gives you functionality and flexibility to really just enhance your current Cognos environment. So we can put in action buttons. So action buttons are similar to what I just showed you on that Zerker tire model, where I clicked on the retail of the service and it took me to a different part of the page. That's exactly what it's doing with the action button. I can put a company logo through text, bring in an image of whatever I need. And I can also customize my chart, my tab, just to give a different feel. So it just gives you a lot of flexibility, lots of really just ease of use that a lot of products don't give you. So this, again, you have the capability to publish this out. You can publish it out to Cognos Connection, create a direct connection into Team 1. So I've got this information here. I want to blend this with current Team 1 data. I can connect it directly to Team 1, bring that in, have my Cognos Insight information that's coming off some Excel file that I have on my desktop or on my server that I don't want to actually bring into Team 1. This is a way that you can bring all that data together, and I also want to bring in some BI data, so I can bring all three of these sources together into Cognos Insight and then really maximize my investment in the Cognos 10 brand. So again, there's a lot of flexibility in what you can do with it. Let me show you some other examples of what you can do with building out these models. So I showed you the easy way of dragging and dropping, creating things, but you have the capability to really build out beautiful models that are much more complex. So we have a lot of legal customers. So because of that, we've created a legal model that we can show to our potential customers going forward. But I think it's a relatively beautiful model. It gives you capability to look at utilization here. Again, it's showing you information just in a different format, where you've got here in the middle, we've got our filters, so you can look at just months, 1 month at a time, or you can highlight 2 months at a time, so show multiple measures. Again, it's adjust the data accordingly. If I want to look at certain offices, I can put that in, or if I want to take off the filter, I can click here, and the filter is now taken off. So again, just flexibility in how you build this out. Again, if you want to look at actual, budget, or forecast, what your utilization rate is. Again, just flexibility in how you build this out. So no, I don't want to save that. I'm going to show you just a couple more examples of how it's being used. And it's really, as you can see, it's kind of a blank format, so you can make them as complex as you'd like to make them, or you can make them as easy as you'd like to make them. It really depends on how much time you want to put into it and really building this out. Here's a human resources model. This is actually one that's available on the Analytics Zone. So this was built out by IBM. So you can see employee expenses. Again, you've got your filter over here. We want to just look at marketing. So I don't know if you can see that in this background, but these are the only employees that are in marketing. Everything else is grayed out. So it doesn't even allow you to choose those employees. So you got a full list of employees, but only the top, that is 10 employees that are available. So you can see that information just because this filter's on. Let's see production and distribution. It changes the employees that are shown. So again, see the break-off line right here. Again, just filtering that's built into the software. You can adjust your information right here. It's going to go through, and you see it real time made that change. Again, very easy to use, very easy to understand. Here you can see employee training cost. You can see exactly where it is right here. Highlight it, look at certain points, really get down to the information. Again, filtering is really easy. You can see how the amount's trending. Really it's focusing all of our training in the middle of the year, nothing in the beginning, and really trailing off there at the end. You want to see your open positions. Again, same filtering capability. There was, I guess, 12 positions open then. We'll look over in March. You can see there's no open positions there. Again, just flexibility in how you're looking at your data, different data points, 2 different charts. Really, again, just being flexible and having the ability to do multiple things from just a simple desktop application. Show you just one more, and then maybe we can open it up for some questions. So kind of a fun one is really the let's see if this is the right one, the fantasy football one. So a lot of people do fantasy football. It's a model that's built out, and IBM is committed to updating this on a regular basis. But this is a model that's available on the Cognos Insight website. I guess it's really not the the fantasy football model. This is the sales planning and forecasting, which is another great model actually. So I'll take you through. This is a little more complicated, but see, there's a lot of time that's been put into building this one out. So you can see the welcome page. You can go directly to solution map, and all these things are just the buttons that I mentioned to you before, where they directly connect to the tabs at the bottom. So here we can click on our solution map. It goes through, shows you a solution. Go through the blueprint home. So it's going to take you through the home page for IBM's home page for blueprints. Again, the way you can think about way you can use that, you can leverage that for your own web page, your internal web page where users can get information as to how they're supposed to enter their budget or their forecast, or direct to SharePoint, or whatever connection you want to make to an external source. You can put it in here directly, have them access that information. Here you can see the introduction as far as sales budgeting and planning forecast. You can see a user page so that you can see how the process works. Each person, I'm a business manager, I go to the business manager view. I'm an analyst, I go to analyst view. I'm a business user, I go to business user. Line of business, I go to line of business. So let's just go through a little bit of this. Business manager, you click on it, it's going to build out your view. So this was custom built, all basically off the same area, but it's custom built for the business manager. And I apologize, because of my computer, I've got a couple things open now. It's a little slow, so that's why it's a little slow. But here again, just a different view for a business manager, things that would be important to them. Create certain special views for each individual user. Again, that way they click on the area they need to go into, and it gives them that view of their information. Show you the view from the financial analyst perspective. Again, it'll be a little slow just because I have this webinar software running, and that kind of takes up a little bit of my computer's memory. So you can see it's built out. You've got a different view, different perspective from the business analyst. You got different information here that would be really important to them. And then you can have the tab over here to build your own. So it gives you more capability to do even more information and bring in more information and look at things in a different perspective. Here's a line of business manager. Again, each one of these views are separately created. They're integrated to the same place, but it's all custom created so that person only has to view certain information. They don't need to worry about finding and associating their view with the data. It's already pre-built for them, easy to use and easy to understand. So again, same capability, flexibility that you had before. So again, you can adjust your information, what deals you're doing, what version of the forecast, each individual salesperson. So again, more flexibility, just more capability to leverage the software and really become much more efficient with your information. So let me jump back into the presentation real quick, and then we will be good to go here. Let's see, maximize this now. So again, IBM Cognos family, the ability to start anywhere and really get everywhere. Cognos Insight is, if you don't own any Cognos software, it's a good place to start. It kind of gets you used to the environment and how things are set up. You're getting a lot of flexibility and use out of it. Cognos Express, again, it's built for people or companies that have less than 100 employees, or they'll be interacting with the data. And Enterprise is an enterprise-level solution. But again, no matter where you start in the process, you can always get to the end. So if you decide to go with Cognos Express, you can still get to Enterprise pretty easily. If you have Cognos Insight, you can get through the process very easily as well. So it's integrated across the stack. Start anywhere and really get everywhere. Again, this is another view showing you the capabilities: reporting, analyzation, model building, planning, really collaborating through either Insight or Express or Cognos Enterprise. Again, no matter what size your company, IBM has a solution that will really work for you and allow you to really gain additional insight into your data. The beta testers, again, this is Jack Purvis from DirecTV. Now that Insight's available, they will choose Insight whenever casual users need data exploration, visualization, and planning capabilities. And that's just because it's so flexible and so easy to use. Pricing, so here's a standard edition. It costs $500, but most people have either BI or Team 1, so you have the ability. Most of it comes for free. If you want the ability, added capability to publish it out to a server, that's one way. You may want to increase your license level, but for the most part, you should have kind of Insight available to you. Our licensing functionality, you can see here, we've got Cognos Insight is available at the Advanced Business Author level and above. You can see here where that kind of the cursor's pointing. It's available in 24 languages. That's important to you if you're a multinational company or users that speak different languages. It's supported in 24 different languages. You also have the analytics zone. So I mentioned this is a great place to go. You sign up for it. You can interact with other people, ask questions, really submit your suggestions as far as changes that should be made to the Cognos Insight product. You can download samples, just a great area that IBM built out that allows you to really find out more information and really leverage that investment in the Cognos brand. From here you can download the Performance Manager. It's a great magazine that allows you to, you can download it as a PDF. And it's got a lot of information as far as really proven strategies for turning information into really maximizing your insights into your data. A list of our upcoming events, go to LodestarSolutions.com. We have a blog site, LodestarSolutions.com/Lodestar. A lot of good information on there. We do blogs every week, different topics that are important to our users that they've asked questions about, and we try and answer it through the blog. Contact us. Heather Cole, she owns the company. She handles sales in Chicago and Florida. Myself, Curtis Linney, I handle software sales every other place but Florida and Chicago. And then Bethany Nonami, she is in charge of our services division. So if you have any services that you need, she would be the person to contact. Let me open it up for some questions. I want to thank you for attending the webinar.